Hey guys, you guys have asked some great questions about what the All Terrain Project is, and so I want to take a couple minutes and try to answer that for you. As a performer, as someone moving through life, I found that the times that I defined myself the best, that I learned the most about who I am, were times where I was challenged or where I had to learn something new or put myself in an uncomfortable situation. And these were the moments where I started to kind of define who I was, how I worked through things, how I problem solved, how I learned, how I responded to challenges. And then I got into team sport, and a lot of this context changed to, okay, who are you within a team? Are you a leader? How do you work with others? As I started to support elite athletes and performers, I realized that was oftentimes the focus. Who are you in conjunction with or next to or leading other people? And one of the things I saw, particularly in baseball, was that the first thing was actually really knowing and defining yourself as a performer and having a foundation there. And I think we're quick to get into who are you within the context of a team or others, and we forget that it's very hard to lead others when you haven't perhaps defined yourself or even understood how to manage yourself and help yourself perform as best as you possibly can. And so the all-terrain concept was born out of the idea of letting someone work with themselves, how they learn, what happens when they're challenged, what happens when they're lost or failing or succeeding, and spending a week exploring that. So it's a 5-day program at its most basic level, generally in North Carolina, although it can be done anywhere. The skill you're learning is land navigation with a map, compass, and protractors. And we've brought in special operations soldiers, elite soldiers, to train you in these skills. But within a day, you are in the woods starting to work through how to use a map, compass, and protractor to get to point A to point B. Every day there is a mental session in the morning to kind of give you a focus of something to look for or concentrate on. But I think one of the most amazing parts is as you go out into the woods, you immediately get a chance to reflect on how that mental component is going or where it fits in or how it's working. And so as you're learning this skill, learning to trust this skill, and by day 3 alone, moving from point A to point B, you start to see how you perform in this context. So what happens as you learn, as you're working to trust a new skill? What happens as you are between point A and point B and you wonder if you've done it right? How does your confidence come into play? How does your self-talk come into play? What do you trust? What resources do you utilize? And I think one of the really amazing parts here is instead of having a coach or a mentor as your feedback tool, the woods, land navigation, the skill you've trained on, and yourself really become your feedback tool. And I think that that's one of the best parts, because oftentimes in these moments where we're supposed to learn the biggest lessons, if someone can be blamed, or if we like or dislike someone, or if the situation isn't perfect, we maybe don't pull as clean a lesson as if we are really our main feedback tool. And so this is really more of an individualized look at challenging yourself and learning how you perform. Again, 5 days, mental sessions in the morning. We can fit in strength and conditioning time if needed. And we've really had some great experiences in noticing that as we've pulled performers out of their context and into kind of this neutral context and given them a chance to learn a new skill, the habits they have or the obstacles they run into tend to show up here too. But perhaps in a safer environment where no one really cares if you're a land nav guru. And it gives you a chance to explore those obstacles, habits, or patterns within your own performance and how you work, positive or negative, and bring them back into a performance context that matters to you, having kind of cleanly pulled them out and had a chance to reflect on them. So we are starting to run more sessions coming up, but please check out the website. And if you have questions, look forward to your email, and that can be found on the website too. Take care, have a great day, and thanks for watching, guys.